it's your girl Jay and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for sliding through, and if you're returning, welcome back, girl. Today we're doing something that I have been putting off for such a long time, but my birthday is coming up, so you know I have to go crazy. Today we're going to be doing extra small butt length boho knotless braids. Yes, you heard me right, we doing this ourselves. As you know, on my channel, not only do we like to talk crap and get cute, I like to help my girls save hundreds and hundreds of dollars by teaching them and showing them how to do their hair themselves. Today I saved about $1,000. Let me tell you, there's just about in no city that you can go to and get these braids and spend less than a good $500, $600. You just can't. And so today I'm going to show you how I achieve this look in the comfort of my own home for about under less than $150. And yeah, so if you are interested in see how I achieve this look, make sure that you stay tuned. Now I do want to start by giving a special shout out to our sponsor today, Ywigs. I have worked with Ywigs many times before. I've worked with them on camera and off camera. I've purchased hair for them for myself and all of my clients, and I don't ever get any complaints, no shedding and no funky smell, because y'all know. So for today's style, we did go in with a bundle and a half, pretty much a greater part of 2 bundles of the 22-inch water wave bulk braiding hair. Now you will have seen in this video where I did boho knotless braids that were a little bit shorter and it gave me volume out here. What I love about this hair is that you can manipulate it any which way that you want. This time I didn't want volume so much this way. I wanted it just to reach to the bottoms. So as you'll see in the actual style, I'll explain it later, I actually did not braid all the way down to the ends. I stopped about here, and the rest of this is just this human hair. And when I tell you, it feels so good, it's so soft, I love it, and I cannot wait to be on somebody's beach with it, right? So yes, thanks again to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. Just look at the length of my hair. It does go all the way down here, and when you believe it, I actually had to cut the hair. So let's get into the things that we had to use for this style. So I did use 1.5 bundles of the Ywigs 22-inch water wave hair, and I'm going to get into the braiding hair that I actually used as well. I'm actually out of it, so I'll just have it up on the screen for you here. I used 2 packs of the Expressions 52-inch hair. Now I did mix it with a 40. I started out with a 42-inch in hair, but I realized I was just having to add too much, so I did go ahead and opt for the 52-inch. With 52 inches, it's going to get you from the top to about waist length, and then you can just add on the actual human hair towards the end. As far as the braiding gel, you guys know I did go with my Magic Fingers gel. Love it, swear by it. And then in the end, I did follow up with some just some mousse, just some Shine and Jam mousse, and then I did spray down with the Shine and Jam Magic Fingers oil sheen. And so yes, that is going to be how I achieve this look. Now, as far as how long this style took to do, as you see, I have quite the amount of braids. Girl, this style maybe took me about 14 to 15 hours to complete from start to finish, but I do want to shout out to my three-way mirror. I would not be able to accomplish this style or any of my braiding styles without it. I'm going to have the details for all of these products in the description below, just in case you want to go grab it. But yeah, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into the video. Make sure that you subscribe before you go. Let's go ahead and get into it now.
So my parting technique is pretty uniform, especially for longer styles like this. Now, I like to start in the back and go ear to ear, and since we are doing extra small, there will be 4 rows from the ear down instead of the typical 3. Now, after I part each section, I'm going to put it in a small little pony just to keep it separated. Now, in my head, I thought I was going to do extra small boho knotless braids, but I came to my senses after like that 2nd row. But I'll tell you, if you are struggling with seeing your whole head, I'm telling you, the 3-way mirror is so tea. Okay, so this is the most important part in my opinion. Go ahead and find your center now. Go ahead and map it out so that you don't do a whole bunch of hard work for nothing and find out that you're crooked. So when it's all said and done, you should have 4 rows from the ear down and then 9 rows from the ear up. And that should be like your map.
And as you guys see, I did go ahead and pre-prep the human hair, but as far as like the actual synthetic braiding hair, I'm just going to pull. I'm not even going to separate it because honestly, I only have 1 rack here.
So with pre-sectioning, in my opinion, it just makes it so much easier to just catch your groove. You can just keep on going. You don't have to really pay too much attention. So yes, and once you add gel, that's going to be the time when you want to start like cleaning up your parts. Wait until you actually get to that section and try to make the parts crisp, or you will spend so much unnecessary time trying to do it in advance. And I have what you call moving scalp, so sometimes I do have to pull my scalp just to see if it's really straight or not. So the real key to making sure that your parts look really crisp and, you know, clean is brick layering. Now, brick layering, it doesn't matter if you messed up anywhere. As long as they lay in a brick format, it's going to look good. So when you are parting, and as you see, I'm just going to clean up this line. I'm telling you, this mirror is the truth. But you want to make sure that you are parting your next part from the middle of the braid below it. And as you see, it's just going to kind of lay flat. And you can really get a whole bunch of braids, you know, pre-sectioned out. So when it's time to braid, you can just really pick up that momentum and just keep going. And that's exactly what I do here. Okay, so braiding over my head is the easiest technique. I can really knock some braids down quick with this technique. So what you're going to do is you're just going to braid like you're doing a regular plait. Then you're going to feed in 3 pieces of braiding hair, or until you reach your desired thickness. And you want to braid down like about an inch or 2, and then that's when you're going to feed in the actual human hair. Once you master this, you have mastered the boho knotless braid on yourself. Cannot make this up. Like, once you got this, girl, you can do any size, any length, any of that. And so after I'm done feeding in the hair, I always like to flip it over. I'm a much faster underhanded braider. Like, even though I sped this up, that's how fast I be going in my head. So now we're just gonna go ahead and feed in the human hair. And when I tell you, it just feeds right in. Like, you don't have to do anything. So I just flip it around the back, do a little 1-2 there, and then that's it. I hold it in my mouth just so that it doesn't get mixed up in the braid. It's completely unsanitary, but I'm telling you, such a hack. So what I'm doing here is just adding in 3 additional pieces of braiding hair just because I'm not at my desired thickness or length, and completely optional. I do want to take a minute to talk about braid consistency. I know that's not what's showing on the screen, but it's so important, especially if you want that professional look. So girl, don't get caught up on adding the same amount of hair each time. You want to make sure that you are at your desired thickness. One part of your hair might be thinner and require 3 pieces, whereas the other one might only require 2, or it requires 6. So just go based off on how it feels, not so much on, you know, what you done on the previous braid. And I'm telling you, your results are going to come out super professional, super flat, and so cute.
Okay, so we are really doing some good timing today. We are literally in the finish line, so I did want to just come on and show the official way, no voiceover, how we do the smaller braids. Okay, so depending upon the thickness of your hair, you're going to want to make your pieces that you feed in smaller or bigger. Since my hair is actually kind of thick, especially in the top, I don't need the thickest pieces in the world. So I have this here, and as you guys know, I didn't prep for the braiding hair, I only prepped for the human hair, so that part is already out as well. As you see, I'm just splitting the piece into 3. So I'm going to do 1 full braid motion, and I'm going to do another one. That is just going to create an anchor. Now I'm going to take a piece of braiding hair, and I'm going to slit it in between my index and my thumb, and I'm going to put it on that piece here. And then I'm just going to braid like normal. That's 1 braid cycle. and then another one, and then I'm going to do it again. Same thing. Release. 1, 2, and then one more. 1, 2. And so now it should be really, really flat, and you should have the same amount of hair on each, you know, separate piece. And so typically I would add another piece of hair once we get like about this way. But since we are in the front, I'm not gonna do that. I actually wanted to lay really, really flat. And so ever so often, I'm gonna dab a little bit of gel on there. And we're just gonna continue to go down. So I mentioned that I want my braids to look like a buzz down. So I don't want a bunch of curly hair like in the top. I kind of want it to be flat in the top, and then have some volume with the curly hair as we get lower down. Now, one thing that I'm doing is I'm going to add a piece of the curly hair once I get to the end of my natural hair. As you see, my natural hair ends like right here. I'm gonna add some curly pieces because when it's time to take this out, I think it's gonna be really helpful to know like the minimum length where I can cut at. So I'm gonna do that. And now I'm just gonna take the human hair. So I'm wrapping the human hair around the back side, twist, twist, and now I'm gonna put it in my mouth like so. So we have a thin piece of hair. And now I'm just going to do the same thing, take it around the back side and then braid it in. And now, and to secure the ends, I'm just going to create a knot, and I'm going to knot twice. And then when you pull down, you should see it's really secure. Now, I haven't decided if I'm gonna go around and cut all of these pieces off yet. I don't think I'm gonna need to. I might be able to just secure them when it's time to dip. But yeah, and that is our braid. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of it, and then I'll be back with our final look when it's time for us to dip. Okay, so we are done with the braids, you guys. Just look at the hair. All right, so it is time for us to go ahead and get to the dipping part. I'm gonna go ahead and boil some water, and then we'll finish off with spraying the hair down, and of course, some mousse. Be right back. And just like that, we are done. I hope that this video was really informative to you guys. I do want to give you a final look of the actual style. Make sure that you are following me on my social media. My Instagram page is going to be listed here for you. If you want to see how I styled this hair, how I was able to keep it up. I'm going on the trip, and so when I get back from my trip, I'm going to do a maintenance video just showing how you can keep up this style and make it last. This, girl, we keeping this in. So yeah, let me go ahead and show y'all a full 360 view of the braids and the parts and everything like that. Alright, and that is it. I hope that, again, you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye!